Hello, Trev here. Welcome to Alton Towers. Hello, today I'm doing a video on Alton Towers Resort. So I've just been for a break in the Easter holidays and we stayed at the hotel, went to the water park, checked out the golf. Also, I went on some rides of the new Toxicator and also Nemesis Reborn, which was new last year. So I'll do a few videos of the rides, maybe some reviews of kind of general aspects of the park, like the food there and the hotel and the water park. Also some little tips on access. So we went with my mum, who was in a wheelchair, so some little tips on that, and also sort of single rider queues, which people might not know about. So first of all, let's get into the map. So you can see this new resort map looks quite cool. So the online sort of version isn't that great, I don't think. They've still got kind of a main map in the app that you can kind of just go in, a bit like a Google Maps thing. So you can see around the main park here. So if I just fold it down a little bit, you can see you enter on Tower Street by the main entrance with the kind of the old corkscrew, and go through Towers, and you've got the lawn there.
These technologies are meticulously designed to uphold the high standard.
And enjoy the ride!
No, not quite.
I squeeze some people over there.
get involved, the bad is things they don't.
So I managed to get on quite a lot of rides during my trip. Unfortunately, the Sky Ride wasn't open yet, but it should be open at the end of the month. So that did mean quite a lot of pushing around, as it had an access requirement with a wheelchair. And they were really good with ride access passes, in terms of you tend to go to the exit of the ride and they kind of wait and let you on. So we went on sort of the battle galleons and the Congo River Rapids, runaway mine train, things like that, and they were really good. We also went on Hex, and Hex has a kind of a ride system inside it, and lots of standing up in the kind of pre-shows, but actually it has a second entrance so you can go in with a wheelchair, and it's really well laid out. You wouldn't necessarily think that that's accessible for someone in a wheelchair, but it is, as long as they can get out for a small amount of time to get into the ride system and then back in. There's a lot of the pre-show that you can still get to, but take your wheelchair in it. I thought Hex was excellent, actually. I thought the kind of very unique sort of ride. So I quite like the bigger rides, like Nemesis Reborn was my favourite ride. Nemesis actually didn't seem to have a single rider queue, but the queue line is so great, all the views you get of the ride. So that one sort of passed quite quickly. It was always on about half an hour, which isn't too bad. The other rides, like Toxicator, have a single rider queue, and the Smiler. So I was only really waiting sort of 5 or 10 minutes to get a ride, even though the main queue was maybe 45 minutes or so. So do look out for single rider queues. I think they're really useful. The one thing to say about single rider queues, if you're in a group, you will get split up. So you won't go on together, but you can still queue together. So for me personally, if I was in a group, I wouldn't really mind that, because the ride, you're only kind of on the ride for maybe a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes maximum. But the queuing is really where you kind of get bored. So if you're with your friends in the queue and then split up for the ride, if you don't mind that, then I think the single rider queue is worth investigating. Fast track, I don't know about fast track. I mean, people that pay for fast track and then they sort of jump the queue, it's a little bit of a controversial thing. I mean, I know single rider is sort of similar, but people that pay to have the fast track and then sort of jump the queue makes the whole wait time longer. I'm not sure how I feel about fast track. It's interesting that Toxicator isn't included in the fast track passes. So I saw someone getting quite a kind of annoyed that they'd bought a fast track pass, but then they couldn't use it on the new Toxicator ride this season. You can obviously go onto the single rider queue, or they could have just sort of queued on the main ride, because it's got quite a fast throughput, but they actually just left. But yeah, fast track, I think this kind of idea of getting on the rides quickly, you need to enjoy the queue. I think if you can possibly do it, Nemesis is the best example of that. So don't go to a ride, watch it for 10, 15, 20 minutes and then get in the queue. get in the queue and then watch it while you're in the queue, because generally the queue lines, like Wicker Man queue line, is amazing to look at it. So we went on Wicker Man first in the day and sort of was in the queue for, it was probably about 25 minutes, so not too long, and you know, you can see the train going around and it's, you know, really quite cool. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and yeah, I will go to some other Merlin parks using my gold pass. I'll probably go to Thorpe Park and try and ride Hyperia, which is the tallest ride in the UK. I'll also try and go to some of the other things that it includes, like the Madame Tussauds and various other attractions. I think personally, for me, the gold pass is definitely worth doing. If you're going to 2 or 3 trips, maybe with a hotel stay, then it's definitely going to kind of add its value back. So yeah, worth having a look at it. And also you can get sort of discounts on food and free parking for the gold pass. So yeah, have a little investigate. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye bye.